Welcome to Season 3 of the Weekly Wine Down. I'm your host, Monique J. We have a very special episode for Episode 1. This is a Celebration of Life special. I'm a founder of a nonprofit organization, Cold Pink Productions Incorporated, as well as I am a 15-year breast cancer survivor. So we are celebrating. We have a big weekend coming up, and I wanted to bring on the entertainment that we have, as well as some very special guests. So guess what else is special for this episode, you guys? We have a live audience. So I'm going to have them make a little noise so y'all know they're here first. So hey, everybody, say y'all welcome. Hey, y'all don't know what may happen in Season 3. I'm working, and girl is working on some things. But stay tuned. Hey, make sure you grab your glass of wine and come back for segment 1 of the Weekly Wine Down. Welcome back to the Weekly Wine Down. As I said at the opening, I have a very special guest. His name is comedian Baldhead Phillips. You've probably seen him on Martin Lawrence's First Amendment. If you're from Chicago or any place, he travels around the country doing many comedy rooms, and he's very, very funny.
I was on Cops too.
You was on Cops?
Yeah, I got away.
Okay, so as you all see, I said he's a comedian, he's a jokester. I brought him here because I wanted to give an opportunity for all of those selfless people who donate their services as well as their talents to Cold Pink Productions for the celebration of life. I wanted them to have a moment, bring them on the show. He gonna make you laugh a little bit, I'm sure, just answering my questions, as well as he'll have opportunity to tell you, where you can pick up. He has merchandise and things like that. So, welcome to the show, Baldhead.
Thank you for having me.
You gonna look at me?
Yeah, I was thinking.
What was you thinking about?
Got a lot of it's hot down there.
Okay.
It's 1,000 degrees.
Okay.
I think this is slave weather.
Slave?
Yeah, when they had the slaves together, this that weather. I think if slavery would have been in a different climate, slavery would have probably been that bad.
Why?
Because you been hot and you working for nothing.
You ain't got no choice, though.
Yeah, but if it was better weather, couldn't nobody complain. You knew slavery went on when it was hot. I've never seen a winter slavery situation.
So you have seen a slave situation, though?
Nah, through history. But you never seen slave cold. You always seen slaves hot.
Okay.
I don't know why I thought that.
Y'all, and I'm going to also give a disclaimer. This is like my brother, y'all, so we're going to try to stay on track. I'm going to ask, because, I ask questions. I'm going to ask him a few little questions, but we both are a little unorthodox.
Yeah.
But we're going to try to be orthodox for this episode of the Weekly Wine. So I want you to tell my live audience, as well as my viewers, to tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a comedian from the south side of Chicago, from the neighborhood called Inglewood. I wasn't always a comedian, but I was always doing the crack jokes and have fun. I don't like tense situations where everybody just always serious. I always have something lighthearted to say. And I've been doing comedy. I got serious. I stopped selling drugs and started doing comedy, so I'm serious.
That's good. I'm glad you.
Because they like this jail is not. I don't need to be in a forced relationship.
Okay. I agree. Speaking of relationships, I ask everyone who sits and comes on my show, are they single? Are they single or are they in a relationship? Are you single or are you in a relationship?
They like me.
They like you?
These women like me.
So just say that.
No, I'm not single.
You not single?
No, I'm not single.
Okay.
I got some action.
You do? Okay. Yeah. Okay. How long have you been in a relationship?
That's too much. Yeah. You want to know how long? Then you gonna ask me?
This is the last relationship.
I've been in a relationship for long enough to know did she get on my nerves or not.
And what's the answer? Does she?
Hell yeah. Every woman get on your nerves. Can I deal with it though? Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? Every woman and every man gets on their partner's nerves. Okay. Some women though want to get on your nerves intentionally to see how far they can go. Okay. And it's really not no far with me.
It's not no far?
No, because don't do that shit no more. I don't like that. You want to be alone? Keep doing it. Certain things I don't go for in a relationship. Sauerkraut. I don't go for sauerkraut.
What's sauerkraut?
That food. They're going to put that on my plate. We're going to break up.
Y'all going to break up over some...
Yeah. It's disgusting. Sauerkraut is disgusting. That's a deal breaker for me.
Okay.
She could probably cheat on me before she puts some sauerkraut on my plate.
Okay. Well, I guess that makes a lot of sense. Yeah,
Not to some people, but that's how I am.
But what makes you want to do something like a charity event? Is it just cancer? Is it any charity? All charity events?
Well, I do your event. You've been doing it for 16 years. I think I only missed one. I also do AIDS awareness.
Okay.
And a lot of it is personal for me. Of course, the situation that happened with you and what happened with Mama. And I have a lot of other people that I know. Cancer's been hitting people that I know personally, and I take it personal. You know what I'm saying? And AIDS awareness. I had a friend of mine that he had died of AIDS, and he was telling people what happened to him, and everybody shunned away from him. This one, like everybody was, it was new to everybody, and I took it as it was disease, and I was like, what happened? He was messing around with drugs at the time, and I guess he used the needle somebody used, called it, died from it, and it was like ever since then. With me being a stand-up comedian, I try to even make sad situations happen because drama, depression, with any type of illness comes amongst the family and amongst the person that's going through it. So it's the least that I can do is to try to come in and bring some type of laughter to the situation and donate my time or whatever. And those really are the only things that I've been doing for years, but trying to start my own foundation too, because I've seen what you've been doing. With the Comedy Over Depression brand.
Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about the Comedy Over Depression. What I like to do on my show, we have a good time. And speaking of a good time, is I have to let you all know that we're going to have. Can we pan over to Miss Angela? Is it possible? No. Okay. Well, she's gonna come back and make us some little drinks and everything, and that helps me to giggle as well as comedy leading into. I'm sure you guys have heard of the saying, laughter is medicine, and that is why with this event I definitely had to have comedy. I think I'm a fake comedian, but I'm really not. I always ask, can I get 2 minutes on your show?
2 minutes.
2 minutes, that's all I need. But while I was going through cancer, I think I went to maybe two to three comedy shows a week. First of all, they'd be funny. Secondly, you don't want to be focusing on all of the things that are going on with you. Because cancer is a very, very hard thing to fight. But if you focus on being sick, if you focus on being depressed, it does make it a whole lot harder on you. Now, you have to deal with, because of course when you have cancer, you get, you lose all your hair and you lose everything, but you also have symptoms like menopause. Mm-hmm. So I have had times where I have been riding in the car with my wig, because you didn't have to wear a wig. And then we stop at a stoplight, and I get hot and just snatch the wig off, and you should see the person next to me.
But that's called a drop top.
I'm glad you thought of a name for that. But you see how if you're having a bad day, make sure that you got your own YouTube channel. Yep. I want you to tell them about that too.
My YouTube channel, subscribe to it. It's called Bald Head and Friends Podcast. Bald Head and Friends Podcast is basically based on, I have a lot of friends that are famous, unfamous. Whoever you are, your opinion matters. Whatever the topics that we're talking about, your opinion matters. That's basically it.
It's truth.
Oh, it's raw. It's raw.
It's raw. Truth. So it ain't for under 18.
They could be under 18. They cussing. I don't know why they have stipulations anymore on viewing anything. But these kids, it's the kids that's out cursing me.
Are they?
I get paid to curse.
Okay.
They out cursing, but yeah, it's raw. But I'll be talking about serious topics. I think one of the first topics I was talking about was child support. So one of the worst things on the earth is child support. Yeah, I ain't gonna talk about it.
Why is it? We need to talk.
Took my license.
Okay.
Child support took my license.
Child support took.
And they want me to get a job, but I can't drive. No damn well. To get a job.
But you understand that if you was paying at first, they would have took your license.
I was paying. She wanted more.
So.
And I ain't got no more.
You ain't got no more.
Nope, I ain't had no more. Well, I got my license back.
And you know what? I want, we talk about all kind of stuff, but I kind of want you to real quick to just even talk about that because, we talk about this all the time about, of course, women and men are going to have different views about child support.
Only men I think should be on child support are the men that are not doing anything at all. If you have some type of way of doing something you're trying to do, yeah. But a lot of women forget the fact that it's two people in a relationship. There were two people in a relationship that created this child. Two people need to co-parent. If that man does not have any financial situation, guess what? That's your babysitter. And not your babysitter because you want to go to the club. It's your babysitter if you're working overtime to take care of you and that child. It has to be a sat down.
Why he can't babysit when I'm going to go to the club if I'm the one working?
Because I don't give a damn about you going to no club. Club ain't got nothing to do with raising a kid. Club ain't got nothing to do with work.
So he can choose where he go babysit.
No, he ain't gonna choose because he ain't gonna know. But a lot of women get money for child support and don't even use it on the full extent of the child.
Well, the child gotta have a roof and get.
That's because you are the custodial parent. When you the custodial parent, that shit is up to you.
You don't, but you do know child support is supposed to help cover.
No, I ain't finna pay your bills.
No, you gotta pay the bills, but that's why you have a percentage because it's covering the percentage of the space that child is using in that home.
That makes no sense.
Why?
I'm gonna cover the space where my child and I don't live there.
But your child
I'm on the street because of you.
Your child live there though.
In my mind right now talking about this. I thought about upping a knife on you.
Well, I'm glad you thought twice because we both are.
But I'm just saying that the child support situation is the money that you get from child support is not even the full extent that helps that child out. That money not. So y'all work together. Put your emotion to the side. Yeah, she don't want you no more. You don't want her. And some of them do. Yeah, I still want her. No, put that shit to the side. Be a father. Financially and mentally. Be a father. Mother, don't be bitter. Don't be bitter.
I agree.
Don't be bitter with him because he's not with you because he got a different woman. He living, life, his girlfriend doing good. He living with a woman and the funniest thing is a man could be living with another woman. She got kids. The baby mama think, are you over there take care of her? And her kids? I'm just living with these people.
That's what her face be looking like.
I'm living with these people now. I have to live. I have to be nice to these kids. I can't be rude to these kids. I have no place to stay.
And then
some men don't even like your kids, but they stay with you. Let me tell you something. It's a lot of men living in prisoner situations because they're in a relationship in a house with a woman with some kids. They don't even like them, but they gotta live. They don't got nowhere to go. They gotta help. They gotta pay. They gotta come in and speak to these children when they go in the room. They be like, I hate all them kids.
Okay, so look.
They might want their kids, but their relationship is dead. So nobody look at the mental situation of the man. I was in a situation like that. I couldn't stand this woman kid. I wanted to set them all on fire. But I couldn't.
I want to go back there.
I had a situation where I was doing, then I bring my kids over. And then, I was cool. She was cool with my kids. I was cool with her kids. But the baby mama, I'll be having my woman around no kids. Come on, man. Leave that alone. Worry about me spending my time with this child, instilling good things in this child's head. What we had is dead and gone. Child support is mostly because of somebody bitter.
Well, no, I'm going to say
don't talk about your situation.
Mine is probably a lot of people. So that's not true all the time. But what I wanted you to do, because you said that your license was suspended. Mm-hmm. And there are tons of men who are out here using that same, I'm going to call it an excuse because that's what it is, for why they're not working. You got bus, you got trains, planes, automobiles, all kind of things that you can get to work on. Now, and you also have the ability to work your mind like you did to figure out how to make sure you get your license back. So what I want you to do is if you could share a little bit, because maybe you can help somebody. You know what I'm saying?
If you want to know how to get your child support help, go to my Facebook page, Comedian Baldhead Phillips, and DM me. Okay. I will give you the number. I ain't giving that number out on here because everybody play games.
Right.
These people are very serious, yeah. And they ain't playing. So if you want to know how to get out of your child support situation,
With your
DM
license.
me, with your driver's license and your passport.
Okay.
Because I got my passport back too. I'm traveling around the country, I'm about to do things.
Right.
However, DM me your phone number, you can make a description of your situation, or you can be like, hey bro, I need help with my child support. I'm gonna call you, I'm gonna run you through it, and then I'm gonna give you these people number. These people are a blessing. Because I went through hell and high water to get married. But I mean I had two baby mamas that because I popped up on TV, they thought I was rich. They thought I had some money.
You on Weekly Wine now? They gonna really think you a
billionaire
now.
They can think whatever,
but I don't mean to interrupt you, but we're gonna cut right now. We're gonna come back. I mentioned at the top of the show that we had Miss Angela Herron, the owner and maker, creator of this Herron wine. So we're gonna have a special segment where she is a mixologist,
wine connoisseur.
Yeah, she is just dope at the drinks. She happened to be in my family. My show name, Wine Down. I don't know what that got to do with each other, but it just means we're very good at picking out fine alcohol.
So drunk.
Shut up. So we're gonna come back. I want to make sure you guys grab your glass of wine or your drink of choice and come back. We're gonna have a special segment with Miss Angela Herron, owner of Mix It Bartending. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Weekly Wine Down. As I promised in the former segment, I have a very, very special guest. Not only is Miss Angela Herron a business owner, mom, she is also a 2-time cervical cancer survivor. And since this is the Celebration of Life special, we had to make sure that we brought her on, gave her an opportunity. I'm not going to ask her too much about her battle and bout with cancer, because if you in the DFW area, you just should be at the show, and we'll talk about that then. But she's going to give us a demonstration of what you're making today.
I am actually going to create a vodka cocktail, and you're going to name it for me.
Hey, there you go.
So we'll just freestyle something that I have down here.
So ain't nobody never had this before?
Okay.
No one's actually had this drink before.
Oh, okay.
And it's going to be made with?
It'll be made with Titos vodka today.
And we have to say that Titos Vodka is a sponsor of Cold Pink Productions, Inc. and our Celebration of Life episode. So we definitely wanted to make sure that we make all drinks with Titos, because they helping the sister out.
And also Titos is good if you're diabetic. So I want some.
Okay.
Yes. It's also gluten free. Yes.
Is it? Yes. All right, let's go, Miss Angela.
So we're actually going to make it in a shaker today. You know what a shaker is?
No, I'm just playing. I know how to shake. You know how to shake, Molly?
I'm not going to do that.
No, I'm not going to do that. So this is called a shaker.
Okay.
This is how you learn about your pores.
Your
pores. So it's so legally you're only supposed to have any cocktail at any place. You can't have more than 2 ounces. Legally.
Okay. That's the key, guys.
So this jagger is actually 1.5 this way, and this is just a half this way. So we'll actually make it with 2 ounces because we clearly like to drink over here.
Yes. That's a shame.
So I'll get this together for you. Do you want to help make it?
I ain't domestic.
What?
I know how to make drinks though. So let's see.
So this is 1.5 here.
Okay.
And this is a half, which will be our 2 ounces.
Yeah, looks like a whole lot.
It looks like it, but technically, to us drinkers, maybe to Bartending,
that look like a lot.
he might be a
It
little
look like depending on the situation. If I'm trying to come up, that's cool.
So we're actually going to add some peach schnapps to it. This is actually a liqueur. It's a flavored liqueur that we'll put into the drink.
Okay.
I chose peach because it's my favorite.
Okay.
So we'll just put a half ounce of that in there.
I can never understand the situation when they say liqueur. Is it liquor in there?
Yeah, it's liquor in there, but it's not. So liquor is probably mostly 40% alcohol. A liqueur mostly is probably 10% to 17% alcohol.
So it's the chaser.
Basically.
Just say chasing it.
Y'all hear that? She know her stuff. So that's why y'all make sure y'all get that wine because she's educated in this.
And we're also going to add a triple sec in here. So triple sec is a syrup with orange citrus that's in it.
Okay.
So we'll put a half ounce of that in there as well.
All right.
Now, when you get doing that shaker, how many glasses of that make?
It just depends on how much you want in your glass. So a glass like this, it'll make 2 of those.
Okay, because I wanted to check it out too.
Oh, okay.
So our base is going to be strawberry lemonade. That is going to be our base. And you just pour it to your liking.
Okay.
And to me, when I drink vodka, I always choose something with a fizz. So my choice is going to be ginger ale.
I like ginger ale too. It cleans you out.
What?
It does. All right.
Would you like to shake it?
Time to shake. Would you like to shake it?
No, I'm not going to do that.
Alright, so here's our glass. Of course, you guys know because this segment is about breast cancer, I chose my drink color to be pink.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
So I decided to garnish it with strawberries.
Okay.
Because it's strawberry.
Look at that.
Just a little garnish.
All right. Everybody.
Is she going to try the drink?
I'm going to try the drink, and if the audience is good and they happen to, anybody likes to drink, we're going
It's been a good audience. None of here, they showed up.
Let's take care of them.
We're going to kick.
So actually, would you like, you have to name this drink.
Celebration of life. Yeah, cold pig drink.
There you go. You get a prize. You get a car. No, I'm just kidding. I ain't got no money like that, y'all. All right, let me taste. So while I'm sipping, I would love for you to just talk to our audience, tell them, and not talk, but tell them how they can, where they can find you, where you're based at, what are you willing to do, as far as travel or anything like that. Just share with our viewers and our audience, information about Mix It.
So again, I'm Angela Herron with Mix It, mobile bartending service. I actually started this last year. The reason why I started this, I actually clearly like to drink, and my friends and family that come over to my house will have game nights, and I'm always the bartender making drinks for all of our games and parties that we do. That turned into me going to bartending school. That turned into me working at a bar, and me working at a bar, I was like, oh, I'm not about to fight y'all over these tips. That turned into me, how do I figure out how to run this myself? So I just did a lot of Googling, really, and educated myself, and it turned into me starting a company called Mix It, and I actually have a team of 5. So shout out to my team that's back at home. I'm from Kansas City.
Good.
Where is home?
Home is in Kansas City, Missouri.
All right.
So, yes.
Chiefs. I don't know nothing about the Chiefs. I knew I should say that right
Yes,
now. Okay.
I actually just got hired at the Chiefs Stadium.
Oh, look at this.
So every Chiefs Sunday game, I will bartend for them.
So, and where can they find?
So you actually can find. I'm a mobile, so I actually travel all over. I actually have a team in Las Vegas as well. So I'm trying to start a team here in Dallas. I'm trying to get it together. So I'm trying to figure that out. But I am mobile. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, mixit.com.
So what's your Instagram?
My Instagram is Mixit. Everything is Mixit Bartenders.
Mixit Bartenders. Okay, so everybody heard that. Mixit Bartenders on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook.
Yes.
And you're a mobile bartending service. And so will you travel if the price is right? Will you leave and go do somebody's stuff and just say a driving range outside of Kansas City?
Yes.
That's why you're here, huh?
That's why I'm here.
It's mixit.com?
Yeah, so I actually have a website. You can actually check out my rates and all of that on. It's actually www.mixit.com.
Well, mix me some more.
Gotcha.
That's consistent.
It's good. And he's not even.
And he doesn't even drink.
It's made with gluten free. Cheetos. Well, Angela, I'm gonna. Well, this is a special segment, so we're gonna come back. We're bringing on another honoree. I'm gonna bring on. If you all have watched this show for the first 2 seasons, you know my hairstyle changes like you probably change your clothes. So I am going to bring on. You probably seen her name in the credits. I'm going to bring on my fabulous hairstylist as well. Give you all the opportunity for me to ask her a few questions and let her know, let you guys know where she can be found, or if she's going to be doing classes and different things like that. But Angela, so you got to stay.
I'll be here.
I want before you start. I want to know what's the name of that hat that you got now. What's the color?
It's pretty
Blue and black.
Whatever. Anyway.
That's a secret little joke.
Yes. Yeah. So actually, when you come back, I'll show you a technique on a layer shot that I'll actually let you create.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys make sure too bad y'all can't taste this because this tastes good.
Fine.
But whatever you done made at home, if it's a drink of choice or a glass of wine, go fill it up. You know, I always say I ain't trying to get you drunk, but I want to get you tipsy. So you can laugh with us and come back for the next segment of the Weekly Wine Down. Welcome back to the Weekly Wine Down. I'm your host, Monique J, with my special guest, Miss Angela Herron, Miss Mix-It herself. Angela's going to teach me how to make a special drink. You had the cold pink in the first segment. Now she's going to teach me how to make something that I can make. I'll be able to make it at home? Yeah. Okay, well, let's go.
So we're actually going to make a layered shot. You like taking shots?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So this one is a technique. It's easy. It's really simple. You only really need one utensil. And this utensil, most people use these to...
Scratch your back. No,
absolutely not. Mostly they pick these up. Do you know how you get an olive to put in your drink? They use this. If they don't have like a stick or to use.
Toothpick, okay.
Yes. But this, they mostly use the spoon, and this is to stir a drink that has a big ice cube in it. So most people who drink probably like cognac on the rocks, they would probably just use this if they put like a splash of lime juice or something in it. So we'll just use this to layer our drink. Right. So for this drink, we'll actually have 3 items. We'll use grenadine, pina colada, and then we'll use your drink of choice, which will be Titos. Yes, ma'am. For me, I like cognac, so that would be my drink of choice. Okay. So I'll do the first one. So we'll have grenadine. It's very sweet, and that goes at the bottom because of the density, because it has a lot of sugar inside of it. Okay. And for our second layer, we'll use pina colada. And this is when you use your spoon. All right. So you place it in there against the corner, and you just pour it in here lightly. And then it'll float.
That's cute already.
And then because my drink of choice is cognac, I'll pour that right on top. It's the least dense, so it'll float right on top of that pina colada.
Our audience members was like, It's like, give me some of that.
So what would you want to name this? Because you can name this shot too.
That looked like a fudgesicle.
Is that what we're going to call this one?
Yeah, with red on the bottom.
Okay. So she wants to call this fudgesicle. And also, you guys, I actually have a book. I actually have a recipe book. It's called Mix It. You can actually find it on Amazon. It's called Mix It. You can either type in my name or type in Mix It recipe book. And all the recipes that I make, I actually make them up myself. Okay. And you can find them in my book. And I actually have friends and family who actually created drinks themselves, and those are in my book as well. All right. Actually, you have a name. You have a drink in my book. You do.
Look at me.
So
I'm in a ride. Let me see. Okay.
So we'll let you do this. Remember, grenadine is very sweet, so it depends on how sweet you want your drink.
Okay. I don't want it that sweet. Oops, look at me. I'm sorry. Oops. Okay, that's good. All right, what we got next? Pina colada?
Yes. Remember, when you use your spoon,
I got to put it up against it.
Yes, and you pour it very lightly.
Oh, Jesus. Let's see how good instructions I am. Pour.
There you go.
Is that enough?
Yes, that's good.
Okay.
That is
And
your
then-
second layer.
Oops, I'm
And
making a
then for
mess.
your
That's okay. You have a pink towel.
bar towel. For your third layer.
I just
You're
I
just
was ready
Yeah,
to go.
you just spoon on the last two layers.
Okay.
So put it on top of it. You pour very lightly.
On top?
Yes.
Okay.
And it'll just stack up. Yours is clear, so yours won't look exactly like mine because your alcohol is clear. But you pour as much as you want to drink. So.
Okay, I think that's enough. Oops, I'm making a mess. There we go.
You did good. What you guys think? You think she did a good job? I think she did a good job.
Shake. All right, so we're gonna take this shot on camera.
This is up to you if you would like to take this
I
shot.
say, why not? This is a special celebration of life. We two cancer survivors. Why not
Yes.
take the? No, you name your drink ain't gonna be the fudgesicle. Mine is the peppermint. And you name yours what you want it to.
You want me to name it?
Yeah, you want your own. So we can.
I don't really have enough. Mine is called Turn Up.
All right.
That's what I like to do, y'all.
So we're gonna look. We're gonna end this segment taking our specially made shots for ourselves. I'm drinking the peppermint. She got the Turn Up, and you guys make sure that you go check out Miss Angela's website, mixit.com. You follow her on Instagram, Twitter, Mix It, and then look for her book on Amazon. Is it Amazon Kindle or is it?
Yeah, it's on both actually.
Okay, so Amazon and Amazon Kindle, it's Mix It. You want to learn how to make drinks like these. One of my fam I drink in the book, and some of our other family members. Make sure you go and check it out and order you one of Mrs. Angela's Mix It books. So we're gonna say cheers and then take this on down.
Gotcha.
Right? All right, come back for the weekly wind down. Welcome back to the weekly wind down. I'm your host, Monique J. And I said in our previous segment that I know if you watch this show for the first 2 seasons, you see my hair changes like people change their clothes. And there's only one person responsible for those changes, and she's also going to be on the show today because she came all the way in town to make sure that I had this fabulous hairstyle that you see me with today. So her name is Miss Roshann. Roshann hails from Chicago, Illinois, where I'm from, South Side. She has been she's a cosmetologist, specializing in braiding. But I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about yourself. Well, welcome to my show, Miss Roshann.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me. Are you going to make All right. Well, Roshann, tell me. Well, they know you did my hair. How long have you been doing hair?
Oh my goodness, like 23 years.
How old are you now? Do you mind telling? You look fabulous. You look fabulous. You look 25. So I mean.
So dare ask a woman her age? No, I'm 46.
Okay, and so you've been doing hair since
I was 18.
Oh wow.
Making money since I was 18.
Okay. All right, and so do you have children?
I have one.
All right, grandchildren?
Yes, 3.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you, when you get, and this is just a hair question, when you get somebody like me as a client who think they know everything, but likes to be different at the same time, how do you come up with what you're going to create for them? Do you still allow them to kind of direct you, or since you have so many years of experience, do you listen but you don't listen?
I listen, but I go according to the density of the hair, the shape face, the head shape. All of those play a part in the style that I come up. They could tell me what they have in mind, something that they're thinking about, but in the end, I'm still going to do it pretty much, you know, do what they want, but I tweak it to make it, you know, fit them, fit their face, fit their, you know.
Okay, so seeing that this is a special celebration of life episode, and you've been in my life for 40 years now, and that means that you have went through the whole cancer bout with me when I had hair. You convinced me to, y'all, now I'm doing all this now, but when I was young, I didn't really want to like do any colors or anything. So she told me, I think we were about 16, 17 years old, she told me I need to live a little. So she made me, we went and bought a box hair color and put it in my head. And I don't know how old the audience is or you the viewers, but if you ever watch the Christmas special, Heat Miser, with the Heat Miser, that's what I look like. Now she said, because
I told her live a little, add some spice in her life. You so plain. I'm tired of you being plain Jane. Add a little spice in your life. So we went about a dark and lovely box color. I don't even remember what color it was, but yeah,
orange.
pretty much it turned out orange.
It was orange. But needless to say, we both are licensed cosmetologists
or
now.
carrot. She looked like a carrot.
We licensed cosmetologists now. And if you watch the show, now y'all see that's why I live a little and change my hair color.
Now she has asked me for GD braids.
Yeah!
She got the blue and black GD braids.
Okay. Just see.
I want to ask you a question. It's killing me.
Yes.
Why do all, since both y'all do have like that, why do all women that do have you messed up?
Because.
So why you look at me when you say that?
I was looking over there. You feel that it's messed up now?
Not right at the moment. because we are taking all our time to make your women whatever you have when you have it. Whatever you have when you have it, we taking all our time to make the women look good.
All I'm trying to figure out is I could never understand this. Well, I could not trust nobody who ain't right.
You know they do hair good. Ask any woman.
You know what I'm saying?
They gonna choose the woman who hair ain't done to do their hair.
Look of it, if you come in the shop and you knew and you need a hairdo, I wouldn't look at the chick who hair messed up because she need to took time out.
That's because you a man.
Right.
That's you a man.
Right.
I guarantee you somebody
do hair. I mean, or you know,
just say
they know that you busy
question.
doing everybody else's hair, so you the last person. You know, you can't hardly get to yourself.
How important is edges to you?
Very. Okay. When I go to a braid shop, I'm not gonna say what kind of braid shop. But when I go to a braid shop, I always gel down my edges and tell them don't touch everything else. Braid this
up. Make your edges survive?
Yes.
Survival tactics.
They cannot pull my edges.
I never knew
so that's a tip. That's a 30+ in hair business.
No,
30 in
hair.
That's a tip. No, I'm saying she's giving a tip to the viewers. Even when you go into your stylist, some pomade, put some. Even when you go into your stylist and you're gonna possibly get a wig or something like that.
Something that where your edges might be pulled. Yeah, like gel them down, comb them down, whatever.
I think y'all should do hair sales on women who don't got no edges. It should be all mohawks. They ain't got no edges. The mohawk don't got no edges. They survive. Yeah. And they look better. You know, like Mo got edges, but she just got his face. Because you don't never know what she gonna do. She look like a wizard. She look like
be pink one day, red one
like
day.
A rock star. You never know what she gonna do. I look on the internet, I'll be like, oh my God, what's she doing? I'll be like, that's her.
Being different because I am confident in who I am. That's it. Hence, shameless plug to my t-shirt line. You see this confident on the shirt. But I did want to ask you is when you deal with somebody like me or even it's Angela who has battled cancer and we're coming in and we have lost our hair. You know a woman's hair is her crown. How do you what do you do? What do you suggest? Do you just always say put on a wig or do you say, hey, we can line, whatever, just make yourself beautiful being bald, or what do you usually do?
Well, first I got to look at the hair to see, how much hair you have left, or if you have any. I do braid braided wigs. So, I mean, that's an option if you have no hair. If you have some hair or enough, maybe, I don't know, around the perimeter, I can work with that. I'm the queen of camouflaging.
Yes.
I can make it look like you got a whole head full of hair. And I could get it done. As long as you got hair around your edges, if you have none in the middle, I can make it look like you have a head full of braids.
Okay. And so you're working, we said you're in Chicago. What salon or where are you at?
I'm at Hair Unique Salon on 8100 South Stony Island.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been there, 6 years now?
All right. Well, first of all, I want to thank you because I know this is out of your comfort zone, coming and sitting in front of the camera. But I want to thank you. I am just one of those people where I like to give credit where it's due. I'm not nowhere I'm at. I'm not doing any of the things that I do without somebody's help. And so for me, it's always important to acknowledge the people who help me or allow me to do the things that I'm doing, who support I need to do the things that I'm doing. And so that's why everybody that's on this couch, there are some other people that just couldn't, make it for our show today. But that's why they're here, because I always want to pay it forward. I always want to make sure that I am sharing that which God has blessed me with others. I have some very, very funny, very, very talented, very, very talented people in my life. And I think that if we share, or if I allow the world to see, because YouTube is all over the world, and you never know when somebody is going to be in either one of your cities. Baldhead that made y'all laugh. Both parts of the show. So, and he's available. All you got to do is go to his podcast, DM him, and if the price is right, I'm sure he's willing to travel. He's traveled as well as Miss Angela. She is. Do you mind telling how old you are? Because you telling, and I'm asking only because you're doing so much. You talked about all the things that you have going on. I think it's imperative, especially young black girls, know that they can do great things and don't have to wait till they get old to do them. So can you please, do you mind sharing your age?
So he thought he was a baby last night.
16 to
I'm 32.
So she's 32 years old. She has written a book. We just talking about Mix It, but this girl is a baker extraordinaire. So she had a business, Creative Creations. She got tired of baking, mixing it in a bowl, so she gonna mix it in a glass. Well, look at that. I like that. But and she's doing all of those things at 32 years old. So I want to put out there, young women, old women, whatever age you are, it is never too late to pursue that which drives you and which you're passionate about. If you're getting up every day, going to a job, doing something that you don't love, that puts, to me, probably 10 extra years on your life. Because you are getting up. First of all, people probably like, what's wrong with her today? Well, you're frowning because you're getting up going somewhere you don't want to be. So any gift that you have, if you believe in it, if you're passionate about it, you can sell it to somebody else. I'm just telling you. So I just wanted to, definitely, like I said, Roshann we've been in each other's lives for 40 years. And she'll tell you, when she started braiding, and she was braiding for one of our aunts.
We were braiding each other's hair?
Yes, we was working it out. But I told her, she was 18 years old. I'm like, this is a gift. You need to go get your license. I don't know if I said it like that, probably because I think I'm her mama sometimes. But I told her she went and got that license, and she has been doing that. And it is her gift. I think at this point you're probably transitioning to probably educating and teaching others. Because after, when you're on a physical job, physical labor, you can't do it for too long. But still, the love of it will allow you to teach others.
Yeah, I'm older now.
You
time to come from behind.
Your message should be, get y'all lazy ass up and do something.
And
Y'all women having them excuses. Hey man, welfare should be. Because I really don't want y'all to keep putting people on child support. I'm sorry.
Well, if you watch season 1, when we were on a channel on Roku, we talked about we were going to have Ask Baldhead segments. So what I want you guys to do when you watch the show, in the comment section, since you see how he got a very different way of expressing himself and asking questions. If you think that you want me to bring in the Ask Baldhead segment, please put in the comments a thumbs up. That's all I need. I know what it's for. And then we're going to add that to the show for season 3. But again, I just want to thank you all. We're going to have in the description the contacts for all of you. But what I like to do is to allow, because this is it's a fun / we winding down, but we also like to grow people up. The topic or the title of the show is basically Real Woman, Real Talk, Real Growth. So as we're doing, I'm a real woman. We have a real talk. And at the end, we got real growth. Even you sharing about your child support. Somebody going to grow and go get their license. See that? So you help. So you help. So I just first of all, again, want to thank you all for being here. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I want to thank my live studio audience for being with us today. I'm not going to have a Monique J thought today because we have gotten so many jewels from Baldhead. We've gotten jewels from Miss Angela as well as Miss Roshann. So what I'm going to do is just going to end this show today with my famous saying, and that is, remain at peace and not in pieces. See you next time.